Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, beautiful people. I am Shenita Connolly, your host for this talk show, Life with Shenita, and I am excited to be back tonight. Last week, I was not feeling well out with COVID and had my wonderful friends, Charlie James and Shalita Gray, to stand in the gap for me. Thank you for those who tuned in to celebrate our students as they are matriculating through life, and every stage of life is to be celebrated. So thank you all for watching last week. So this evening, I am so excited and delighted to have a young man that I met in, I want to say, 2017 um, at um, Olive Garden. And I have just fallen in love with who he is and where God is taking him. And so I wanted to share him with you all again. He's been on the show before, but he has an upcoming stage play in the Inn on June 12th that I'm excited about. And I wanted to bring him in this evening to share his greatness. And so before I do, let's kind of talk about, set the tone for um, stage plays. So, of course, I did a little research, and it talks about theater has been present in various forms and cultures for at least 2,500 years. In many locations, theater as performance evolved from other ideas and customs. However, due to the enjoyment people got from performing and watching such displays, it didn't take long for theatrical performance to develop in a standalone part of culture and society. This young man, of course, is a playwright, a producer. Um, he's the man. And so when I looked up the role as a producer, the producer is responsible for overseeing all aspects, all steps of the production. They are often the individual who acquires the rights to produce the film. They make sure that the production schedules are followed, and they oversee the project being edited to a finite degree. And so when I think of stage plays, or when I initially, I've seen stage plays growing up in church, probably was my first introduction on the stage where I was doing a speech or playing a role or whatever the case may be, and then school. But as an adult, I remember Tyler Perry being my first introduction to stage plays in a major way. And of course, Tyler Perry is an American actor, director, producer, billionaire, screenwriter. He is the creator and performer of the Medea character, a tough elderly woman. Tyler Perry films vary in style from orthodox filmmaking techniques to film productions of live stage plays. And then there was Johnnie Busch Jr. born to add to this huge platform. And so I am so excited to again bring him to you all and for you all to get to know him. So, with that being said, and no further delay, please like and share today's broadcast. Um, please like and share this broadcast for us this evening so that more people can see and hear of this amazing young man. And so tonight's topic is in the Inn, in the Inn, INN. So please join me in welcoming Johnnie Busch Jr. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I am well. I am well. So, welcome to Life with Shenita again. I know you've been here before, but I'm delighted to have you back again because you have an amazing play coming up soon.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
just want to make sure that people know about it. So, I'm going to call you JR for short because that's what I call you. So, will you please tell the audience more about who you are?
Sure. So my name is Johnnie Busch Jr. I am 30, just turned 32, May 22nd. So I'm a Gemini. So if you know anything about Geminis, we got a whole lot going on in our head. So I'm a Gemini. So I was born May 22nd, 1990. I live here in Jonesboro, and I have been producing stage plays for 14 years professionally. Um, and I,
Hold up, wait a minute. So you said you were 32
I'm
and
32,
you've been producing stage plays for 14
so
years.
that's almost half my life. Yes,
Wow. Okay.
yes.
So keep going. I just want to make sure I picked that up right.
Yes, very young. Produced my first stage play at the age of 18, right out of high school, and just been grateful and thankful ever since. My dad is a huge supporter of me with the stage plays. I literally could not do any of these plays without him, without his financial support, without his counsel, his encouragement, all of that. Could not do it without him. And my mother, she did pass away when I was 3. She passed the day after my birthday. My birthday was Saturday. She passed that Sunday. And from what I was told, my nickname is JR. And the last thing that she said was take care of JR. So the Lord is truly taking care of me. Um, I know she's looking down, proud, and just grateful, just really happy for her son, her only son, her baby, to be doing what I'm doing. So I'm just grateful. I love the arts. I love movies. I love music. I love to eat. So lasagna is my favorite food because anything with cheese, I'm there. You got me with cheese, chicken wings, soda, which I don't need.
Peach
Uh,
cobbler.
Right, peach cobbler, tootie pies, all that is my favorite. So
Yes.
I love music, love to eat, and the thing about music is I love all genres of music. So you'll catch me listening to country, gospel, R&B, rap, like all of it, because it all tells a story. So why not get it from all points of views? And that taps into the plays that I produce. Is I have characters of all races, not just in all one race stage play. Um, so I'm a student of life. So I just believe in telling different stories, not only from where you're from, but to research in other races and religions and all that, and just tell a well blended story. But I love to laugh, love to cook, I love to eat, um, and very soon I want to be able to say I love to exercise. It's not coming yet, but one of these days I'm gonna say I love to walk, even though not right now. I love to exercise, even though that's not happening right now. And I want to be able to say, you know what, I got rid of my stomach, even though it's not happening right now, but it's going to happen. I promise you.
Speak those
Yes,
things.
I'm speaking it.
There
So
you go.
that's all in a nutshell. That's really just who I am. I love life. Love to go out to eat, to the movies. I just love to do what I do, and I'm just grateful that people like yourself see the good things that I'm trying to do. And it hasn't always been easy, and I'm sure we'll get into that later, but it's just been a blessing at the same time. But I'm just someone that loves life, loves to encourage people, love to laugh, and just be. I think that's the most important thing is to just be in the moment, live in the moment, because you only got one life, so you might as well live it right and be yourself. It would be a shame to leave this earth being somebody else. It would be a shame to leave this earth being someone who what someone else wanted you to be. That would be a shame. So be yourself, live in your truth, do what you do, and let people see it and thrive and shine.
Yes. Yes. And I'm gonna go back to the comment you said you love to eat. And so that's how we met. We
Yes,
both
that's
love
how
to
it
eat.
started. Right. Yes. Love to eat
So
pasta. Pasta, you got me. Pasta. Like I said, chicken wings, anything with cheese. I'm there.
you're there.
Um,
So are you a only sibling?
I have 7 sisters, so 5 So I have seven sisters. They're a mixture between biological step sisters, half sisters. So I have seven sisters. I'm the youngest, and I'm the only boy. I always like to add on the end of that, I'm not spoiled, even though they beg to differ. But I always like to put that at the end that I'm not spoiled. So
And
there's
you're the leader of the pack.
yeah, I'm the leader. If they need anything done, call JR, he'll get it done. I'm the youngest, but I'm always the one getting everything done. But they're great, in their own right. But they always just call me and say, hey, if they want me to put something together, give it to JR, and he'll get it done. And they live all over from New Jersey to South Carolina to Texas, so all over. I have one here in Atlanta with me, one in Florida, one in Texas, one in Jersey, and one in South Carolina. So they're kind of all over, but
All over.
yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, what sort of person is going to love this show in the end? INN. What sort of person should we, entice or we think or solicit or promote this show to? What type of person would that be?
Well, the thing about this show that I love is there is something for everybody, and the reason I say that is because there is a character for everybody. There is something that you can relate to, and there's some character that you know. So, just to give a brief concept of the play, just there are different characters. So we have a Judge Mathis character, we have Claire Huxtable character, Joan Crawford, Octavia Spencer, Queen Latifah from Set It Off. So all these characters they meet for the first time, and they all check into the same hotel. So it's something for everyone. And I've been on this parody, I guess, kick for about 2 or 3 years now, and it's worked out really well for me. No one that I know of has thought to put different characters together. When we did the the Wizard of Oz, and then when we did the Mama Knows Best, and now in the end. So that's what makes it different. That's what makes it creative. So it's a story, and there's a character for everyone. You will laugh, you will cry, you will be shocked, you will be amazed. We're gonna dance, we're gonna praise, we're gonna shout, and then we're gonna shout some more, and then we're gonna shout some more. We're gonna have a good time. Like the plays that you may have seen in the past, the music is just gonna be amazing. Like we gonna get down that night. So y'all really are in for a treat. So anyone can get anything out of the show. It's a story about redemption, a story about forgiveness, a story about love, story about greed. Like it's something for everybody.
That's what I love. I mean, it will meet people where they are. It will meet everyone wherever they are in there and touch their soul, right?
Right. Absolutely. It'll
Because
touch you. Right.
yes, because I've been bringing my friends because it was just that impactful for me from the first production. And so it's like what we do. Like when you say that there's going to be a show, we're there.
Yeah. We're working really hard. We're working really hard to make sure that you all get a great show, and I'm excited about it. People ask me, "So are you excited? You excited?" And then that Gemini kicks in me because I have so many different emotions. I'm excited. I'm joyful. I'm anxious. I'm tired. I'm blessed. All that. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So
You handled it well because the Geminis are what, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
yeah, yeah, I'm definitely tapping into my because I can actually I say this to my friends all the time. I can send you a text message. I can send you one text message and have three different emotions in one message. Like I can be happy in the beginning, and then the text message I'm like, "Well, I'll talk to you later," and you're like, "What's going on?" But I don't know. But yeah, I'm definitely true to my sign.
Yes, I grew up with the Gemini. My brother David, who passed away last year, and his wife both were Geminis, and they were married to each other.
We're good people though. We're
Yes, I miss my brother.
yes.
Yes, I loved him. Yes, yes, yes. So you're right. You guys are great people.
Yes, we are.
So, what's challenging about bringing this script that you wrote to life? I know it didn't just happen overnight. I'm sure you had the idea, and then let's put it together. Let's write it out. What was the most challenging part or aspect of bringing this script to life?
The most challenging part would probably be finding the mystery in the murder. That probably was the hardest part because, I try to make sure I have, twists and turns, and if you can't call it a murder mystery and it'd be easy for people to figure out.
Right.
So the comedy is there. I got that. The music, I know I got that. But when it comes to the murder mystery, I call myself, I want to be the Shonda Rhimes of theater. And for those of you who don't know, Shonda Rhimes is the creator of Grey's Anatomy and Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder. So that's what I want to call myself. But that would be the hardest part, was to finally come up with the twist. And I'm gonna tell you how I know that I won. It's because when we had the table read, this was maybe over a year ago, because I wrote this in COVID, so we were going to do this in October, but that happened. But when we had the table read at the end, this was probably one of the first plays that at the end of the table read, no one in the cast figured out who it was. Like while reading, like they thought it was this person, and it was a whole nother person. So that's how I knew that I had something. I have a cast of 12 people, so you would think out of 12 people, someone would be like, all right, well, it's this person. Not one person got it right. So that this is going to be good. So you may be like, oh, well, I think that's the person. And you may be right, and then I take you on another twist, and then another twist after that. So you're like, oh, gotcha. So I'm excited because I love murder mysteries, and the thing that makes it exciting is because it's new for me. So you asked about the challenge, that it makes it interesting. It's new, and who knows where I'm gonna go next. I have a couple of ideas in mind, but this murder mystery thing, it's I really want to do another one. It's
Exciting.
yes, it's very exciting.
Keeps you on the edge of the seat.
Yes, I love it.
Yes, yes, yes. So, what prompted the title In the End? INN.
Well,
What
it is.
prompted that?
It's based in the hotel, so that's the creative part as well. So in the end, INN, and we have a tagline in the play that's spoken is, "In the end, it will be all right." So
END.
that title just came to me. I really didn't have any other titles that came to me but that one. I was like, what can I name it? What could I name it? And when I write my stage plays, I often get my title first because that helps me write. I've never been able to write a play without my title, because I pull my title and I can write from there. But yeah, so in the end, it's the basis of the set is based in Alabama, in a hotel. So we have the front desk, we have a full bar on stage, we have a dining room table for the breakfast area, we have a hotel guest room that we'll switch up and all that. So the set's going to look really good, and I thought it'll be neat. So also, this is really really clever. It was my idea. So when y'all come and see it, I want to be the only one to get the praise for it. So every person I tell this to, they say, Johnny, that is a really cute idea. So the play is based in the hotel. So all of my ushers will be dressed as housekeepers. Yeah.
Really?
So
I
and they're going
love
to walk
it.
down to your seats if you're in reserve, walk you down and walk back up. So I have these burgundy housekeeping uniforms for all my ushers to make it seem like you're actually checking into a hotel. So even on the flyer, check-in is at 5. We check out at 7:30. So yes, we have do not disturb tags, and and usually housekeeper will have your towels when you come in the door. At the door, they're going to have masks for you to those that that will wear the mask, and yeah, then we're going to get each person. In addition to your ticket, we're going to scan that. But each person will also get a room key as you enter.
Wow, I love it.
Yeah.
In the end. I
In the
love it.
end,
I
if
love
you see
it.
a housekeeper, then they're an usher, so they can help you.
And so I heard you say Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Pensacola, Florida, so Alabama is right there. That's where my parents were born. So what prompted you to choose the state Alabama?
I went there every year in the summer when I was little to my grandparents' house. And I would always eat and love watermelon. So Alabama is just a very country town, and I
Yes.
said, what better place that I had visited that I could position this play in, and it was Alabama. I love the people. They're just country, just like me. Um,
And me.
yeah, and so yeah,
Down home. Down home.
right,
When I
just
think
down
of
home.
Alabama, immediately think of Pensacola, where I'm from. And we grew up, no one was a stranger. You always spoke to everyone. You were friendly. Of course, coming to Georgia and meeting people from the north. And I would like speak as I'm approaching someone, and they would look stale face, and I'm thinking, like, really? That's what we do?
Mhm. Right. Yeah,
everybody's everybody's all standoffish, and I'm thinking,
yeah.
yeah,
Everybody is
that's what we
family.
do.
Everybody is family. And then quick story. My
Uh-huh.
he passed on now, but I just thought this was just hilarious. So he was picking me up from the airport. I was maybe, I don't know, 15, 16 years old. And so keep in mind that he calls all the girls. So if you're a female, no matter what your age, even though he may know your name, he'll call you Emma. So if you're a female, you're called Emma. Come here, Emma, and you just come and see what he wants. All the guys, regardless of your name, you're called Limberjack, okay, or JJ. All right. So JR, JJ sounds alike. All right, I'll answer. So long story short, so I was summer vacation, so I was going to Alabama, and my aunt lives there too, and I have a few other family members. Out of all the people that could pick me up from the airport, they chose my grandfather, who did not know my name. So he's walking through the airport, and when you travel underage, they keep you in a room until your parent or guardian come. So he walking through the airport. Hey, I'm trying to find JJ, and they're like, "Who is JJ?" And they said, "I don't know, Limberjack." And so he did not know my name, and so they would not give him access to the room because he did not know my name, and there was
Right.
other children in there. So it was just hilarious. He going through the airport. I don't know. I call him JJ. So they're like, "Sir, we need his full name. You got your ID." I don't know. Call his mama. And she had already passed on. So it was just so crazy. Um,
Wow.
but yeah, so that's the story that I will always remember. That
And please,
I'm
please
even
don't leave us in suspense. How did it end?
well, he finally got into the room and picked me up, and then I told him my name and met him for the first time.
Stop it. Please
but,
stop.
yeah, but yeah, so I finally, I was like, my name is, Jr. Johnny. They don't know me as Limberjack, so he got me. We went to Pizza Hut and we went home and ate some watermelon.
Now that is funny.
Yeah. So whatever your name is, you'll either be Emma, JJ, or Limberjack. Don't ask me why or how. That's just what it is, and those are the names that he chose.
Wow, I love it. I love it. I can just kind of picture that from an
Right.
Alabama person
Just
based on my
imagine a
Alabama days growing up.
7'5" tall granddad limping through the airport, with his I guess you call it a jumpsuit, going through the airport, asking everybody that he see, "Where's JJ?" Just picture that for a minute. That'll make you smile.
That'll be a great stage play.
Right.
Oh my goodness. So I know you mentioned in your introduction, your dad, but who else or what else is your inspiration to continue this journey of producing sold out shows? So I know
Go
that
ahead
you've
and
been doing this.
prophesy that sold out. we
That's
hope
right.
we get there.
Yes, sold out shows. So tell us what and who else has been an inspiration to you along this journey, because you were listed as, or how were you nominated as the youngest playwriter in Georgia? Is that right?
Yes, that came out of a study from when I graduated high school. The Fayette County newspaper did a interview on me, and that's where that came from. So at the age of 18, and it's still true to this day so far. So I am the youngest person to produce a stage play in the state of Georgia at the age of 18. I graduated with honors with a fine arts certificate as well. But as far as what inspires me, anything. Again, I'm a student of life, so I pay attention to anything. If you how you talk, if you drop something, I pay attention to how you pick it up. How you drive, how you walk, how you like. I pay. You have to, because that helps me write. Um, I'm literally paying attention to, and then every time I'll talk to my aunt or anyone. They always say, you got to put this in a play because they know my mind is always going. I say, you know what? I'm gonna just come over there and I'm gonna just have a pen and paper. Don't mind me. Just act normal. I'm gonna just write. Just do what you do. If y'all gonna cuss each other out, cuss. Just act
Do
like
what you do.
right. And as far as who, of course, it has to be hands down Tyler Perry, who I started watching years ago. Um, and I've been thankful enough to work with people in his camp. Matter of fact, his um, one of his productions assistants works at Tyler Perry Studios. She's actually my production assistant, and I know a few people that's been in his camp. So yeah, he has been a major inspiration on how to do it right, and how to own everything you do. Um, August Wilson, you know, Maya Angelou. Many people didn't know that she was a playwright. Maya Angelou, Kenny Leon, who's directed several plays on Broadway. There's so many to name, but the number one would be Tyler Perry.
Yes. I hope to meet him one day.
Yes, I met him one time in Florida. My aunt took me when he released one of his books. We I met him there, and we didn't say much. But the only thing he said, "Wow, you're really tall," and that's pretty much all he said. And then we just walked through the line. But I was able to get his autograph. But yeah, so I did meet him, and hopefully I'll be able to meet him again, and all will be well.
Yes, yes. And talk about your dad. You mentioned him early. You would not be who you are, of course, in existence, literally, or where you are in terms of producing stage plays without his support. You said financial, emotional, spiritual. So tell us a little bit about, because Johnnie Busch Jr. Tell us a little bit about Johnnie Busch Sr.
And he would love this part. This is all right up his alley. He's a mess.
More than a mess.
Yes. So yeah. And I don't even think I mentioned that, but for those that don't know, he is totally blind. He got hit by a grenade in Vietnam. And I always say he truly is the definition of walking by faith and not by sight. He
Yes.
doesn't let it get him down. He'll crack a joke. He'll joke to the point where it gets on your nerves. But it just shows you that he is, confident and just, happy to be alive, to just come out of that situation in the war. So yeah, he's been my constant rock. He's literally, like I said, financially, just anything I need, he's there to do it and help out. And I'm just so grateful that he's number one still here,
Yes.
and that he has been supporting from day one. And everybody, I get so I'm still embarrassed, but I'm used to it now. But everywhere we go, let me get your number. Let me get you. My son doing a play. I need you to bring 10 people. If you bring 10 people, I'll buy your ticket. He is my number one. I
Fan.
think I have quite a few people that go for me at that length, but he is my number one everywhere. I mean, the gas station, the restaurants, at the mailbox, like the mail lady, the garbage man, the people coming to paint the house, like everybody.
Yes.
If you know Johnnie Busch Senior, within 7 minutes, you gonna know Johnnie Busch Junior.
And you got that right.
Yeah.
Oh, you got that right. And it's such a blessing to have support like that. Your dad is so proud of you. Like, it is, you don't even have to wonder how proud he is of his son, his one and only son. And so, as you said, without sight, he turned those lemons into lemonade. And he's certainly, if you need a boost of inspiration, all you have to do is talk to him for 1 second.
Right. He doesn't let us, not having sight get him down,
No,
and I'm sure he may have his moments or, so
right.
as we all do. But he is, like you say, a burst of energy, sunshine.
Yes.
He is, it's just, you can't even, well, I can't even imagine not having sight because I'm too nosy, like not to be able to look and see. Like
Right.
it's hard. I know it's hard for him but he's been blind for so long, so I'm sure he's used to it. Because I always say, like, just close your eyes and imagine how many things you can identify in the room. If you have 40 different things in a room, you may only remember maybe about 12. You're going to forget, so because sight helps your memory.
Mhm.
So if you don't have sight, so that's why when I do assist him in things, I have certain things in order. Hey, don't forget you got this, you know, on the stove or whatever. So I always give a rundown when I'm there because sometimes you may forget, oh, I forgot I had that sandwich over there or whatever. So I try to help as much as I can
Yes.
because I would want someone to help me. So we take a lot of things for granted.
Yes.
And so it's just making sure that he's organized and how he needs to be. But he's been a major, major, major help. Could not do any of this without him.
Yes. Yes. And I am inspired not only by you, but even by your dad. So, um, yeah, even more grateful for my sight,
Hmm.
um, because of being around him and seeing him maneuver and be as grateful as he is. It makes you appreciate your senses in
Right,
every sense.
everything. And the way that he describes some things, you would think that he'll like, turn left, turn here. Is this like the way he would describe things is as if, he has had sight at one point, so he does know certain things, but the way he would describe it is like he could actually see.
Yes. But you know what? I've learned in talking with your dad over the years, your mother did an amazing job
With
with him.
directions, yeah.
She did an amazing job with your dad.
Mm-hmm.
So that is to be applauded
Yes.
in itself too. So let's get back on track and talk about, um, you know, is there a favorite character in this play? I know you talked about, you know, there's a character for everyone in the play, but is there a favorite character in this play and some of your past plays? Share with us, some of your favorite characters and why.
So my favorite character in this play, I'm gonna give two, if that's okay. So
Absolutely.
my favorite character probably is the character name is Maybelline, but it is Octavia Spencer character. She was the maid from The Help. So that's the character. The character is played by Jessica Pitts, who
Oh,
is
I
my
like Jessica.
girl, who I love. She is coming to tear the house down.
I love her.
And I've never, ever, ever had her sing gospel in my stage plays, but this one right here, she giving y'all gospel, and it is gonna blow your mind. Get there early because she's singing in scene two, so get there early. But Maybelline, the other character, I would have to say is the character name is Anne. So this was from the movie Misery, Kathy Bates, where she chopped the guy's foot off at the end of the bed. That's a murder mystery as well. So Kathy Bates' character, who is one of the most underrated actresses like ever, she's amazing. She doesn't get as much praise as she should. So those are my two most favorite because Maybelline, her character is just a mess. She is a comedian in her own right. She is the housekeeping supervisor in the hotel, and she has written songs for Luther Vandross. She's written songs for the Clark Sisters. She's written songs for Drew Hill. So she says, and you're gonna know why. So anytime you bring up something, oh, I wrote a song for them. And then anytime you ask her to pray, be ready because she gonna pray wrong, but it's right to her.
Love
So
it.
her character is a trip. The other character, like I said, and she is very passive, and she has a lot to do with the mystery of the murder without giving anything away. So pay attention close to her character. It's really, really exciting in this play. In the past plays would probably be anything that Jessica Pitts has done with me. This is her fifth or sixth show, but this third play, because sometimes we do plays more than once. So this is her fifth or sixth show with me, but third play. And she said she, is with me to the end. So I really do appreciate and love her for being a part. So those are my two favorite characters in this play. And just to give a little more background, the concept, all these different characters, they all meet for the first time. So you have Claire Huxtable, you have Judge Mathis' character, Queen Latifah from Set It Off, Radio, Cuban Gooding Jr. character from Radio. You have Vanessa Huxtable from The Cosby Show. We have Maybelline, Octavia Spencer from The Help. We have Judge Mathis, phenomenal. We have Joan Crawford from Mommy Dearest. That character, I already said, Kathy Bates from Misery. I may have forgotten somebody, but yeah, it's a roller coaster ride for real. Like this is the play to come see. Like murder mystery, like this is the one. This is the one.
In the end. And tell us again, I know I have it scrolling at the bottom, but tell us again where they can purchase tickets and when the play is.
So tickets, so you can go to eventbrite.com. The play is Sunday, June 12th at 5 o'clock in Newnan, and it will be at the Charles Wadsworth Auditorium. Get there early because parking is limited. There is street parking. The parking is free, but there's street parking, and then there's parking on the side of the building, which goes very quickly. And if any, not to brag, but I'm going to brag. So if anybody's ever been to my plays, you know that it's going to be a lot of people.
Yeah.
So we want to get there early and get a good parking spot. And we do start on time. So it starts at 5. The curtain is rising at 4:59. So make sure you are there on time to experience this amazing, amazing production that I'm just excited about it. We're 10, 11 days away, so it's going to be great.
And so those are your favorite characters. We kind of talked about those, but in the past, share with us some past.
In the past, so the play I did before was called Mama Knows Best. My favorite character would be, again, Jessica's character. She played Monique from the Parkers. So that was a favorite character of mine. Another favorite character was Kiki, Monique's daughter from the Parkers. That was another favorite character. And I'll give one more. It's actually going to be a tie between Esther and Fred Sanford. They were a trip. So I can't do one without the other. So we just going to make them a couple. So those are my top three. And then from The Wizard and Friends, again, Jessica, she played Loudmouth Lisa. And one other character from that play probably would be the mother. I cannot think of her name, but the mother from The Wiz, whatever her name was. But she sang More Than Anything, the gospel song. So the mother from The Wiz. But yeah, those are my favorite characters from in the past. Oh, and then I can't remember. I can't forget the lion from The Wiz. I had that character. So the lion was actually one of my favorites. And he told me growing up that he just loved lions. So
right.
Worked
so
out
perfect.
The lion from The Wiz. So yeah.
I love it. So without giving anything away, what is like your favorite line of dialogue for this particular production?
It's actually one of my. I'm crazy and corny, so I'm like I don't even care. I'm gonna laugh. So it's the funniest part of the play to me, and it happens in at the breakfast table. So Maybelline is trying to help Helen, who is a character from Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Kimberly Elise, we have that character. I forgot about her. And so she just got a divorce, and so Maybelline is trying to console Helen. And Maybelline said that they're talking about the divorce settlement, and Maybelline wants to do everything on her own, and she doesn't want any help and all that. And then Maybelline comes in and says, "Baby, broke people don't have choices in life." And I just think that was just hilarious. But the way she delivered it was so much better.
Right.
That is my favorite line. And in the end, it'll be all right. That's the favorite line as well. I'm sure there's so many others because the play is 90 pages. But those are the two that I can remember.
That is awesome. What about um, moving forward? Like, do you see yourself continuing this journey of continued new productive or productions, new stage plays? Do you see movies? What do you see? What do you see for yourself 2 years, 5 years, 10 years from today? Because you're
Well,
still young.
I don't see movies. I still want to stay in theater. And I'll give a sneak peek. So my next show is in December, and it's called Diary of a Church Girl, and it is loosely based on Jessica again, Pitt's her life, loosely based. So that's my next one. After that, I probably will continue to do the parodies because they work and they're so people find them so interesting. Like when I tell people about the show, they don't even have to know. They don't even have to know what it's about. Just giving people the concept is what draws them to it. Every person that I've told about this play, I've only gave them the concept. I've never been to Slutty Vegan, but it was something she said in the interview. The owner, Pinky Cole, one time, she said, and I thought this was just powerful, so I share it every time I can. She said, people come to her restaurant for the experience. The food just happens to be there. And I said that about my play. People come for the experience. The
Mhm.
play just happens to be there. And I just love that.
I
And
do too.
it's something that's never been done before. And I think that's what's exciting as well. So in the future, I want to do a musical. I want to like have a story where I won't talk too much about it, but have a story where everyone is trying to maybe get into a choir contest, and I have people playing Reba McEntire, Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin, Maddie Mars Clark, Celine Dion, like different characters, and they're
Yes.
all fighting for one thing, and we all sing, their songs and things like that. So that's just an idea that I had coming down the pipe later, but yeah, so the parody stage plays will continue because people seem to love them. And the thing about the parody stage plays is that it's a play, it's a story all within it's all by itself. So even
Mhm.
if it wasn't titled parody, it holds its own. It's a story by itself.
Mhm. I love it. I love it. So theater is where you see yourself.
That's it. That's
And the beauty of it is that you are giving people an opportunity to use their gifts and talents. You know what I'm saying? So you're using your gifts and talents in writing it, and then you're allowing them to be a part of the production in executing it, which I think is amazing. So one day somebody will look back and say it was because of, especially if it's a first timer who started with you, and say, because of Johnnie Busch Jr., I am
Well, I always
today.
tell them. Always, I said, don't forget about me when you all. And I tell them what kind of house I want. I tell them how I want to decorate it, what kind of car. I tell them. I said, don't forget about me.
Right,
But, hey, don't forget about me. And they say, well, don't forget about me. So we go back and forth.
right,
But I just can't believe I've been doing this for 14 years. Like I could actually sit here and bawl out and cry if I think about it long enough,
right.
because God has been very kind to me. Um, People ask me all the time, how does all this happen? How do you sell out? How do you? And I don't have a manual. Um, I don't have a 1, 2, 3, and that's how you know that God's favor is on your life. That's how I know that it's on my life because I can't. If you ever want to know how God is on your life, you sometimes can't explain it. I can't
Yeah.
explain how they said, well, how do you market? How do you I just put it out there. I can't explain how it happens. It just happens.
Yes. And
It
and
just
you remember when people used to say favor ain't fair? I think favor is fair.
happens.
I think that when God said his favor is upon us, we should see the manifestation of that, right?
Right.
And
That's
so
right.
you're seeing it. And so you should never doubt it, never deny it. It is what it is. And it is okay to say, I'm walking in God's favor on this journey of my life.
And the
And
thing
so,
about it is, I don't even deserve it. But that's how good God. So think about this: if He's giving you this, and we gonna hurry up because I don't want to go there. But if He's given me this, which I don't deserve, imagine what He will give you of what you
do deserve glory. And I've
deserve.
been a witness of that, right? Particularly the desires of your heart. Because sometimes we all have desires, right? Sometimes people don't even know what they are. And so when those desires are manifested and you think to yourself, is this real? Like the night of, and I'll use this as an example, the night of our wedding. Well, prior to our wedding in 2011, we had dance classes because I wanted to do a couples dance at the reception. And the song we chose was Every Time I Close My Eyes, I Thank the Lord That I Got You.
Mhm.
And in that dance routine, I pinch myself like, is this really real? Because it was the desire of my heart, like hidden deep down inside my heart. And so for it to manifest, oh, I was just on cloud 1000.
Right. And the
And
thing
so,
about it is with me, it didn't have this is 14 years. I didn't just start doing this 4 months
yes,
ago.
yes,
So the success that's slowly coming now, and of course I'm not all the way there yet, but what's coming now is a testament to my faith and my hard work and my dedication. If you would have, said, hey, where do you want to be, 14 years from now, I wouldn't, and then people come in and say, well, you still doing the plays? I said, yeah. Still, so that's how I'm
that,
still doing them.
that's it. That's
Still
it.
doing it. And so yeah,
You were
just
committed. You were committed to the desire, the gift, and that's where people have to be. And I talk to single women a lot. I talk to single men who desire to be connected with someone. I say, if you're truly sincere about that, and it's tucked away in your heart, and you do the work to prepare for it, I promise you, it's going to manifest.
mhm.
But you have to be sincere and diligent. And you said hard work, dedication. That means, am I studying to understand what's required to be a wife? Am I
Mhm.
doing my purposeful living? Am I about God's business, uplifting the kingdom, all of those things? And so, what are we doing in preparation for that? Or we just want it to happen like that? It's not. Just like me, you said the body you desire, the weight that I want to lose. None of that is going to happen unless we put some action behind it, right?
And not only that is in addition to that is you have to pray, because
You have to.
we have to give assignments to our angels. We can't just
Yes.
just walk around and say no.
Speak
Speak
it,
it. Give them
say
something
it.
to do. Let them
Yes.
help you. You know, um,
Yes. Put
you
it
know,
out there.
right. And
I
see,
say put it out there in the atmosphere.
yeah, and my problem. Can we answer her question real quick, Miss
Yes,
Cooper,
please.
for the ticket? So you
Where to
can
get
go
the
to
tickets.
eventbrite.com. You can just type in the end or Johnnie Busch, and you can get them there. And what I'll do is when we get off, Miss Moore, if you don't mind, I'll find you and DM you the link. Um,
Yes.
so yeah, what were we,
Prayer, and you know what? You mentioned the word prayer. Prayer without works is dead, right?
right.
And so I hear a lot of people say, pray, 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 pray. But in addition to praying, there is work that's required. And I want to make sure that we help somebody on this show tonight because prayer without works, and the word says that, is dead. So you got to be willing to put the work in along with the request.
And that's actually when you talk about lines from the play. I have a line that says, and Maybelline is trying to teach a character how to pray, and she's trying to teach, and she said repeat after me, and she says I pray, and then they pause, and then they say God hears me, and then she says now leave it alone, and then she says say it again, I pray, and they pause, he heard me. Now leave it alone, and that's it.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah. And I honestly do believe once we put that petition out there, it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we should thank him from that point for the manifestation of that request.
Right.
And do the work necessary.
Right. Right.
Now, as they say, now leave it alone.
Known. Make the request known, because you're not praying for him. You're praying for you. He knows. He already knows what you need.
He already knows.
He already knows what you need.
Yes.
It's yeah. So yeah.
So my last question, and I'm excited. I mean, I'm really excited for all of your plays. But if someone was going to make your life into a movie, who would you choose to play you? Your life. Your life.
So
into a movie.
So he looks nothing like me, stomach wise. But I do think he's fantastic. It's the only person that I actually could think of. I can't think of anybody else, so I'll just say him. Again, he looks nothing like me at all, but he's probably the closest that could do something with it. Probably would be Michael B. Jordan.
I believe he could too.
Right.
I believe, because I was on set with him for that last movie. And the choir scene, a friend of mine was the choir director and I coordinated the choir members for that part of that last movie he did. Okay. And you're talking about a swell guy who cried, just amongst us, closing out the production. To see him in that humble space and place was just like he's dear to my heart. To see that in that rawness, yes. The humbleness, and that's where I think of you when I think of a humble person. And I think of you in that state, in that place. And I think that's the best place we can reside, being humble. No matter how successful we are, staying humble.
That's right. I try to be, but people will say it before I would even actually get a chance to. So I let them. So I don't have to, because they see the glory. They see God over my life, in my life, and so like my dad, he puts it out there.
Yes.
So I'm just there, embarrassed, just sitting there quiet, just listening. So I don't talk about myself, because whoever I'm with, they do it,
Yes, yes. And when I think about your journey, you and your siblings' journey, being raised by a father who was without sight, and just amazing. I mean, just amazing. I'm always thinking like, wow, that is just amazing.
Yeah, he took care of all of us. I know he tells this story all the time. The social worker came to the house, and they didn't think that he could raise all of us by himself after my mom passed. So that he won't let us forget, but he said that he will die and go to hell before he let anyone separate us. And we came out all right, because he of course he can't drive, but he can, and he knows it. I mean, as far as cooking, as long as he knows where it is, he can do for himself, but he has to know where it is.
Yes.
But he can cook. He can do certain things for himself. But yeah.
Yes. So just amazing story. So God is truly working in and through your life. You will continue to bless the masses. It was a immediate connection when we met at Olive Garden years ago. I knew I was going to support your effort, because
I'm actually an introvert. People don't even actually really know. I say I'm an introvert with extroverted tendencies. I always say that. Because like I'm a homebody. Like I'm really, people don't believe it because they see this side, but I have to do this.
Right.
But I'm really an introvert. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I get it. People don't think that I am either, because we're pushed out there. I was pushed out there at a very young age,
Hmm.
right? And so you had to speak in front of people. You had to be out there, even when you didn't want to be out there.
Right.
And so you've learned how to gird up, just go on out there and do what you got to do. And then I'm happy in my room, in the bed with the TV on,
Right. That's it.
with some sweats on.
That's it.
But most people don't believe that. But
Right.
um, yeah, so I just want you to share again um, some info. I know it's scrolling about the play, encouraging people to be there. And then we're going to do some parting words with you to encourage someone who may think that this is a path that they want to walk, and to encourage them to go ahead and take the next steps and do it. So, share again how they can purchase tickets, where the production will be, and whatever you want to say about your upcoming stage play.
Absolutely. So, In the End will be at the Charles Wadsworth Auditorium Sunday, June 12th at 5 p.m. Check in is at 5 p.m. sharp. So, make sure you are there. You will be greeted by our lovely housekeepers, aka ushers, who will guide you to your seats. So, we are so excited. You can get your tickets on eventbrite.com. You can type in either Johnnie Busch or type in the End, and it will be the first thing that comes up. On Facebook as well, you can reach out to me, Johnnie Busch, send me a message, comment, all that, and I'll respond to your message as well. Tickets are $35 for general admission. A group of 12 or more, we have those available as well, for 25. And then the day of, all tickets are 40. Even online, the day of, all tickets are 40. So try to get it before then, and it's going to be a great night, and we're excited and looking forward to it. Come out. In the end, you're gonna enjoy. You're really gonna. We're working really hard, so I don't want to overtalk it, overdo it. Just come, and you'll see what I'm talking about. We're gonna have a great night.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And so, if there's someone out there that Ms. Moore says she wouldn't be able to join it due to a prior event, but
Coming. That. But I will support and get a ticket anyway.
I think that's what she's trying to say. I want to buy a ticket for
Okay, thank
you
you.
to bless someone.
I
Yes.
appreciate it, and then
Yes.
hopefully we can get you to catch the next one.
And you know what I was thinking about? Hopefully one day where you'll have a sponsor that will sponsor this production in another city, another state. And all you have to do is get on the bus, Gus. Don't need to
Right.
discuss much.
Right.
Get your crew and let's hit the road. So, those are the kind of visions that I see for people um, on the road. Let's do it. So, but if there's someone out there that desires to be a producer, a playwright, all of that, what would you say to them to encourage them? What would
Just
you
do
say?
it. Just do it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's been a long road for me to be here. If I would have listened to everyone to say, well, do it this way, do it this, I wouldn't be here where I am today. So I'm still young, 32 years old, but it can be done, and know that you can do it your way, and your way is okay. Know that you can still learn, you can still grow, but I am a living witness. If you want to be a writer, singer, actor, producer, you can do it. Find your lane and stick to it. Stay surrounded by people that want to do what you want to do, and that's doing it better than you, and
Yes.
you will get there. There's no other option. So keep that mindset. You will get there. It will happen, and it will be great. And even if it's not, you've learned and you picked up those tools and those lessons to make it great, because there's greatness in every single person on this earth. And when you find it, that is true blessing, the true blessing. And just remember that in the end, it'll be all right.
In the end, END, it will be all right.
That's right.
Yes. So Miss Moore wanted to know, will you be doing videos and selling them?
Yes, and I will release that information once we get that. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
Oh, Miss Moore, my heart and prayers and hugs go out to you. She says she lost her son when he was 30. Live out your dreams. I will
Thank you.
definitely support.
Thank you
So
for the
we
encouragement.
just want to thank everyone who tuned in this evening. I want to thank you for walking in your purpose, because we would not have met if you had not been walking in your purpose, to go to Olive Garden that day to get dinner. And I was there getting dinner, and our friendly selves connected, and I've been blessed by your connection, and I thank God for you and pray that his continued favor will just overwhelm your life.
I want to
And
say one thing real quick,
uh-huh.
and I'll be quick. So to Miss Nita, her spirit is tugging on me. Her last name is Moore, and I want her to know that there's more for her.
Amen.
That's all I want to tell
Amen.
her is there's more for
Amen.
you. Um, Sometimes a loss isn't a loss.
Mm.
There's more for you. That's all I want to say.
Amen. 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 So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all for watching. Please tune in next Thursday. And if you have not purchased your ticket for this amazing stage play, me and my friends are there.
Yes, the whole crew.
We are there. So we're excited. And
And then Miss Shenita always says, "Oh, I may bring 2 or 3 people," and then she end up bringing 20. And it's kind of like when I asked my dad for money, oh, let me get $20. Did he give me 50? So Miss
yes,
Shenita, she's always and you're always supportive. Let me just say this: thank you for having me. You've been supportive from day one. You're so I know we're over time, but you're
that's
so
okay.
encouraging, and you helped my dad out, and
Yes,
you're someone that everyone needs in their life to keep them accountable. So we appreciate you. We thank you. We support you in what you're doing. I can't always catch your shows now because I happen to rehearse on Thursday. We rehearse Tuesday and Thursday at the same time, but I try to catch it when I can. But I just want to thank you for everything that you have done. I don't want to just ride by it or rush by it, just to say it, just quickly. I just want you to know that I'm so thankful and happy and grateful for you to be in my life and doing what you're doing to help me. So
yes.
I don't say it lightly, and I always say people don't have to be kind to you. And when they are, it's definitely noteworthy. So I just want to say that.
Thank you. Hugs, love,
Yes.
and I can't wait to see
Thank
you
y'all so much.
on June 12th. And if you haven't gotten your tickets, get your tickets. Eventbrite, N-D-E-N-I-N,
Thank you.
and
And
in the
if
end, it
you
will
can't
be all
go,
right.
yes. And if you can't go, if you want to donate, sponsor a ticket like Miss Moore, that would help because it is very, 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 very expensive.
Yes, yes,
All right.
yes. Thank you, dear.
Thank you so much.
Take
Guys, have
care.
a good night. Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you all for joining us this evening with JR. I call him JR, Johnnie Busch Jr., for sharing his journey. And we wish him nothing but the best this year, this play, and always. So remember, I love you, but God loves you most. He loves you best. Peace, love, joy today, and always stay encouraged. You guys take care. Thank you for watching. See you next week.